Good afternoon. We're here today to discuss the early development of the National Hookup of Black Women Incorporated. Today we have some of the founding members of the organization. We have Dr. Janet Austin Harris, we have Annette Jones, and we have Helena Valentine. Ladies, one of the things I'd like to know is what brought you to Hookup?
It is my pleasure to chat about National Hookup because what you see here are the three ladies who really helped with the foundation of the National Hookup of Black Women. But let me kind of set the stage a bit. During the 70s, we really didn't have an organization where black women could vent their frustrations, share their vision, or even be heard in terms of an organized women's group. Many men groups, but not women. During the Black Caucus weekend, the groups came together, but not a singularly women's group to discuss those issues. We certainly had the National Council of Negro Women, which was one of the founding women groups around the country and based in Washington, D.C. And you had the Negro Colored Women's Groups.
Association of Colored Women's Clubs.
National Association of Colored Women's Club. Those are old groups that existed, but they had their own following, and they had been in existence for many, many years. So Dr. Anita Boswell thought, because of her vision for women, she thought doing the Black Caucus weekend would be a good time to come together and bring women together. Of course, it was successful because there was no other group doing that. And the women who came to the Black Caucus looked for something to do that was strictly dedicated to women. And this is how the National Hookup of Black Women really developed and how it became successful. It became successful because there was a need, a desperate need for women at that time. And so in 1977, the DC chapter of the National Hookup of Black Women came into being. The National was a vision, a goal, a desire, a few women who had all of that, but they didn't have the support system to make it all work. So the DC chapter of National Hookup of Black Women became that arm that supported the programs and the seminars and everything that happened with the National.
There were various other women's groups. They all tried to start groups, but Hookup was the group that was the strongest and has stayed even with the little absences. It is the group that has stayed and has acknowledged and recognized women. We not only did about the political, but we did the scholarship piece. It was a total program. And the DC chapter, Dr. Harris was sort of the engine that drove the thing. And if you know her, you know if she gets on you, you're gonna keep. But had the Hookup really going. I had the pleasure of serving as national president. Apparently it is an organization that was meant to be.
The women in this area, they were ready for a strong organization, and DC Hookup was that strong organization. It brought together many women from all different levels of life. There were professional women and non-professional women, and I think that was why it was so attractive, to so many women. And women at that time, during that time, they were eager to do something and to bring about change. I also had the pleasure of serving as the second vice president for Hookup, which was an honor. Being able to help plan the breakfast that we had each year. And during this time, the caucus members would come and participate. And that was another drawing card. Our husbands would come and the political figures would come and even speak during our breakfast. And we had the opportunity of honoring women, not locally, but nationally, because these women will come with their husbands to attend these affairs. And we had fashion shows and workshops, and it was just a wonderful time to participate and be a part of something that was that important.
DC Hookup started the first auction in the city among women's groups, among groups, period. There were no auctions going on in the city. They didn't have auctions. They had lunches and dinners, that was it. But because I was an auction person, much of what you see came from the auction. I did a lot of auction shopping. We got the auctioneer from Wexler's to come and run our auction for us. We also did something that's very interesting. And I'm saying this because DC Hookup was, I think, ahead of the curve in terms of things. we started the first seminars and workshops on cable TV.
That's true.
Before cable
Bob
TV,
Johnson.
Bob Johnson would come over and talk with us, and so did Channel 16, and so was Percy Sutton from New York. We started the whole idea of cable TV and us being in the forefront of it.
And what you're saying is, we had a vision.
We had a
And this
vision.
vision was really, addressing the needs that
That's
women
right.
had.
And not
Yeah.
only had the vision, but implemented
That's
it.
right.
See,
Implemented
that,
it,
that's
yeah.
the key. Many people
Right.
have vision, but that's why I say
They don't
hookup
have-
still goes
Right.
because of the dreams of that vision.
That's right.
And the workshops
person.
and the seminars, we did workshops, as Helena said, on family matters, we did workshops
Health.
on economic issues, we did workshops on job creation, but, if it had not been for DC Hookup, National Hookup would not have existed. Because
And we were very excited about it.
oh yeah, we
Yeah,
looked forward to
because
it.
it was something different.
We had the national auctions, we had workshops, and everybody came. I mean, it was during the Black Caucus weekend, so there was all that excitement about Black Caucus. And so we were really out there. I mean, it was really the organization.
Yes.
So my thought is, in terms of where National Hookup is now, where it was then, is that if you can get on the coattail, or the ground floor of a national issue, and join with, network with other organizations on that national issue, you become known more in terms of your national focus. And whether you like it or not, if you want to get known nationally, you almost have to be in DC.
That's true.
You have to have some kind of contact in DC, and you have to be here and go to things and be a part of the press conferences and all that, and then people know you as being a vibrant national organization.
You mean being visible?
Visible. That's why
Visible
Anita,
and vibrant.
that's why Anita started the idea in Chicago, but she developed the idea and brought it here to give birth to it.